What's up, guys? Welcome back to Delaplaine, Arkansas, and the dairy. A big one today. We are going to start building our farm, and I'll get to that in a second. First, 1.4 million is what we start with today, as of the last episode where we took a bunch of silage bales and just sold them for profit. This field and a couple others, that one right there, and you'll just have to take my word for it. There's another one down there with all that fog. We got all the silage bales from there and we sold them. 1.4 million is what we have now. This is everything that we have right now. The tractor, all this. This is our equipment right here. We've got a TMR mixer, which, yes, if you've been watching this series, I did actually remember to put the mineral feed in there. So that is producing right now. We've got a simple silo. We've got some gas. Everything over here to basically run a farm ish. We've also got one barn, and that is housing our bulls, our cows, our calves, everything. Some of them are producing milk, some of them aren't. We're going to need a few more cow pens, obviously. We're going to need a couple more barns. I know I probably want to put one back here somewhere. Just to pair with this, but today I'm going to get this done. And what this is over here, I would like to put a big barn, a huge one, where we will be able a milking barn, so to speak, so that we can milk all the cows, get some production from them, and kind of start separating our herd because we want to make sure that we know what's in that barn, what's in the barn that we're going to put over there, what's in this one. We're going to want them relatively close to one another. So I'm going to build this farm out very slow, only because I don't want to get all the way to the end and mess up, and because I think that really, as I'm doing this series, I'm finding out that there's other things that we need that I really didn't anticipate needing. So I don't want to build an entire farm outright yet. I'm just going to put this down. So let me put this down actually right now. We're going to go down, and it doesn't even cost nearly as much money as I thought. $250,000. Now you remember, this is right here is our house. So we are going to put this relatively close. I want to kind of even it up with the road in terms of lining it up. There we go. And then we're going to customize it, and we're not going to really make anything super special. We're going to go to the list. We're going to make it red. That's really all that we're going to do. Lost where I was. There we go. Now here we are, after I've just moved that on us. And now we've got a red barn. Perfect. This is going to be our milking parlor, or our milking barn. And we'll just drop this right here. Now we've got some work to do besides that. I really don't like what that looks like, so I'm going to flatten this out. Just don't like the square, and I'd rather have it flat than have that like square look to it. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna kind of landscape as we go. I did want to put some trees here. I wanted to make them decently big. I guess that's actually the right size. I'll just put them out front, just a couple, just to make it kind of look a little bit better, at least in my world. And why not? We'll put one right here. Alright, so we've got that going down the road, and I think I'll probably make this right here a pathway, but I haven't used anything yet, so I want to see where we drive with the tractors. But that is the barn right there. Now we're down to $1.1 million, which is really nothing. And before I get out of this build mode, I just wanted to show each one of these greenhouses are producing lettuce, and each one of them are producing roughly 30,000 each times 4, so it's $120,000 right there. I could easily put a couple more rows in here and get that done, but I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing first in terms of what are we doing with all this lettuce. Are we just going to sell it? Are we going to make it into a bigger thing? Are we going to do more crops? But know that this area right here, how this bumps out, this is all just going to be a greenhouse area for us. I think we need to diversify the farm as well. I mean, I know it's called the dairy, but we're going to need a few more dollars coming from other places as well. Hopefully not. Hopefully our herd continues to grow. We're able to put a good amount of cows over here. It's growing. We'll continue on. Okay, now just bought this trailer right here, $27,000. It's going to help us transport some of these cows into the right pen. Now I'm going to leave the calves alone. I'm going to keep them in that pen for now. Eventually they're going to have their own barn, but for right now we're going to keep them in there with the expecting mothers, and we're going to bring over to the red barn. We're going to bring over our producers, the ones that are currently giving us milk. That is going to be the moneymaker. I think we've only got a couple, but right now we're in the stage of our farm where we are growing it quite a bit, and yeah, I can't do not an owl, can't do a 360 with my head. But yeah, we're growing our farm right now, so we're having a lot of births right now on the farm. We started with a couple cows, and we're now starting to grow our operation a little bit. So I'm going to grab these two cows, bring them over to that big barn, and then I'm going to have to feed them over there as well. That's another thing. The more barns you have, the more feed you need, and it's never ending over here. All right, now the two cows that we have in the back, they are going to be the first ones that are transported over to the barn. That is where we're going to feed TMR to them as well. I don't know if the TMR is done right now. So for tonight, maybe tomorrow, they're going to have to hang out with some regular feed. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to want a path that goes right to here. That seems like a good idea. And then yeah, this has got, cows are going to go for a ride for a minute. This has got enough room right here where we could put a nice little drive right around here. So yeah, I'm liking what this is looking like. Anyway, let's drop these cows off, and we will then start feeding them. Okay, now if everything went right, they should be in here somewhere. Yep, there they are. And as you can see, we need to give them food. We need to give them everything. This barn is completely empty. So that's the first order of business today. They'll be fine right now, but we do have to get them some food. And that's why we keep this barn so close to over there. Like I said, this area over here is where we are going to want to make all of our food. This area over here is where we're going to want to make all of our milk. It's going to work well, hopefully. Hopefully. Alright, let's go get some food and make all these cows happy. Alright, the first order of business, just get them some food. We are going to bring them over some silage, and they should be pretty happy about that. Try to get some straw in there as well, that way they are happy in that regard as well. Everything is have some good bedding and things like that, but now I just got to figure out where to feed them. I guess this isn't the spot. I've never used this one before, so it'll be interesting to see where I'm supposed to feed them, but I will figure it out eventually, and that's where I'm supposed to get the milk. Maybe it's this one. Yes, I think it's this one. Alright, well, if there's two guesses, we'll definitely dump it right here. If there's two guesses, we'll definitely guess wrong. That's what I was trying to say. Silage in there for two cows, that should be fine. Eventually, we're going to want to fill these stalls, and that's when we're going to be really making money. Now, as far as the build for the farm, I'll probably just do a little, like I said, a little bit each time, each episode. But right now, we've got a pretty good thing going with this farm. Now, I do, like I said, want to also buy equipment, but I'm going to have to buy equipment by doing some contracts. Now, you look at me and say, well, wait, there's $1.1 million. Why are you doing contracts? There's a few different reasons for that. One is I want to use this money to buy more fields. Now, I don't think that I did buy that field, and let's check it out right quick. I wanted to buy field 136 only because it's so close to the farm and because it's only $15,000. So we are going to buy field 136, $15,776. Honestly, that is a pretty good steal. And we will go ahead and buy 159, which is $14,000. And now we will block off that whole square. That is basically ours in the center of the map. I like that. The only one left to buy is field 11, and as you see, 78,000. We're going to go buy that. Now we'll get field 11 at some point. We're going to figure out field 11, and actually, maybe what do we have? We have 78,000. We have 22 acres in field 11. I don't think I want to make it grass. I think I'm going to probably make it wheat. That way we can pick up straw and then we'll have that. But that's for a future time. Right now, I do want to check out some contracts. I do want to get a few contracts done only because there is this one. $113,000. If we can get this one done, that will pay for a huge amount of things on our farm. I want to get that done because I have not seen 113,000. That is about the biggest I've seen in terms of just fertilizing. Let's try to get this done, and then we can move on with our day and really work on the farm. Now, another reason I wanted to take this contract is because field 123 is right here. And that's going to be a ton of money when we sit here and think about how we want to build our farm. It's right behind there. I think we can continue going this way. Field 123 is like literally right here. And actually, field 123 seems like one that would be kind of smart to buy. Seems pretty big. Alright, let's get into the field and let's get this contract done. So I likely just cost myself some money. This field is nice. $350,000. It's 104 acres, I believe, and we could really do a lot of damage here making some money. 100 or 1 million, I mean, that's a third of what we have. We still need some tractors, we still need equipment, but this field would help pay for a lot of that. I don't know. This might be one that we do the contract for the fertilizing, and then we might buy this right after. All right, now 10:34, and we're just getting around the first perimeter pass. Okay, we just did the headlands. Okay, the headlands. We just did those, and now. It's 10:35, and it is going to take a long time to get this done. That's why it costs, or that's why it's paying, should I say, so much money. That's why it also costs so much money. That's also why I want this field, because, man, will we make a good amount of money in it. There is one important part that I did forget to mention with all this money, and that is I am going to be using a lot of helpers. And this is one of these fields where after this contract's done and we end up probably buying this, we're going to get some helpers in here, because this is going to be way too long to continue doing by myself, especially if we're going to continue growing our herd, which is another thing I would like to do. Man, it is hard to be patient. I realize that in this game. I could only imagine how it feels to be a real dairy farmer and waiting, but I'm ready to expand this herd, because when we do that, we make more money. With more milk we make, obviously, the more money we'll get. And we still have to buy a dairy. That is the name of this thing. It is the dairy. It is not a dairy farm. It is the dairy. We are going to eventually sell cheese, eventually sell ice cream. So I do want to get into that portion as well. I don't know. This is year 2, the end of year 2. We had a good year so far. I mean, we did cut a lot of grass. We've got a big barn that I'm looking at right now that we just placed today. We've got another couple, we got greenhouses, and then we've got another farm area. We're building this thing. It's going slowly but surely, and I think probably by April we'll start seeing a little bit of money in the milk. But not until then, and I mean, we're seeing a very little bit right now. I think we have we have 2 cows that are producing right now, so it's going pretty slow, but so is this field. The money will go fast though. It's 107,000, so it's going to pay for almost half of the barn that we were just staring at, and that's progress. Alright, now a few minutes after 12, and we're 52% of the way done. That is pretty good progress, honestly. Considering the size of the field, I thought we were going to be here until like 6 tonight. It's already noon, that's fine, but I think we're probably going to get done between 3 or 4. That's my guess. I'm always wildly wrong, but honestly, I think I'm pretty close to nailing it this time. Okay, so around here we try to finish everything. This was a huge field. Now 2:30, I said 3 o'clock. I'm happy to be wrong here. I'm just kind of filling in the last spots that we missed. But we got a big barn across the street, the start of our big farm. And then we bought the land. And the two little pieces over there will connect with the big parcel there. And it'll be a nice square, but this one right here I think is going to be the next one we buy, and I might actually just buy it right now. Let's collect the money. Let's see how much money that was worth. Okay, so $111,000, so that's a lot of money we're going to collect. And then we're going to go right over to this field and we're going to buy 123 as well. 361,000, that will bring us down to 813,000. And guys, that is where I'm going to leave it for today. Thanks a lot so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you haven't, hit the like and the subscribe button. It really does help the channel. We're growing this farm. We are growing this farm ever so slowly. We're growing this farm, but we've got a few fields and we've got a big red barn over there. I'll draw around here eventually, and like I said, nice little pathway right around and right home. Like I said, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you in the next one.